Jai Shri Ram. Gita esoterica. Esoterica means obscure details known only to a scholar, or secret knowledge, highly specialized knowledge known only to an initiated minority. An initiate అంటే దీక్ష తీసుకున్న వాడిని ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఇనిషియేట్. ఐఎమ్ ఎన్ ఇనిషియేట్ ఆఫ్ సో అండ్ సో స్వామీజీ. దట్ మీన్స్ నేను దీక్ష తీసుకున్నాను. సో ఇనిషియేటెడ్ ఇన్, దట్ మీన్స్ ట్రైన్డ్ ఇన్ ద హైలీ స్పెషలైజ్డ్ నాలెడ్జ్. ఇనిషియేటెడ్ ఇన్ క్లాసికల్ మ్యూజిక్, దట్ మీన్స్ ఐఎమ్ బీయింగ్ ట్రైన్డ్ అండ్ దానికి సాధన చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది 20 ఏళ్ళు అలాగా. సో ఇనిషియేట్ ఈజ్ ఎ వర్డ్ used as a noun. It means a person who is under specialized training and is learning some highly specialized knowledge which is not known to everyone. To initiate means to start. That's a word that you already know. So in this track I am just mentioning a lot of Gita esoterica and things which I feel are interesting to note and know and talk about. Krishna is the cosmic choreographer. You have petty choreographers in Bollywood, Kachadawood and all that. Who is the cosmic choreographer? Krishna. Or Rama, Ramlila. So Rama is the cosmic choreographer. Therefore align yourself, learn the steps, learn the art of rhythm, that is being in harmony with the cosmic order set in place by the cosmic choreographer Krishna. So remember also that life is like a train. Once you get onto the train, you don't keep your luggage or carry your luggage. You just keep it there in the train anywhere and the train will carry the luggage. So also once you get onto Bhagavad Gita, once you study Ramayana and Bhagavad Gita and understand the quintessence of Rama, that is Rama Tattvam, Krishna Tattvam, if you understand, then you will realize that life is something like a train journey in which you don't have to carry your luggage. You don't have to keep your suitcase on your head. Just keep it there. The train will take that luggage. You just be there and travel comfortably. So leave all the headaches and all pains to Krishna. He will take care. He will take care as long as you are an agent of Krishna. You are working for Krishna. If you are working for Ravana, then don't expect Krishna to save you. Then Yato dharmastata Krishna yatah Krishna tato jaya. Very simple. Sarvopanishido gavo dogda gopalanandana partho vatsa sudhir bhokta dugdham Gita amrutam mahat. All the Upanishads are cows and Krishna is the milkman. He is milking the Upanishads and Arjuna is the calf and the drinkers of the milk are people like you and me. Sudhir bhokta dugdham Gita amrutam mahat. And we are relishing, we are savoring the amrit of Gita, the milk of the cows of the Upanishad. So Krishna is the milkman. Okay. Panentheism, Panentheism. Panentheism is a concept in Western philosophy which posits that God interpenetrates every part of nature and timelessly extends beyond everything as well. So భగవంతుడు ఇందులేడు అందులేడు అని అనలేము. చక్రి ఎందెందు వెతికినా అందేయగలడు. That means God is both transcendent and immanent simultaneously. He is within everything and beyond everything. So this is the concept in Bhagavad Gita. Panentheism, the eternal animating force behind the universe, which is the manifest part of God, and Krishna is also beyond and within. So seriously speaking, if you are a PhD student of Bhagavad Gita, you need not go to a temple because Krishna is always with you. So karma we perform, akarma done without feeling of a doer. If you do everything without any feeling or ego of a doer that I am doing it, then that is akarma. That karma becomes akarma because Krishna is going to take care of the consequences. So what a karma yogi does is akarma. What a fully realized man does is not karma, though it is karma. It is actually akarma because the consequences are not going to touch that person because he is immersed but detached, because he is not doing anything selfish. Vikarma happens on its own. Okay, so these are some definitions of simple words: karma, akarma, vikarma. Okay. Shankaracharya said the absolute is one. Ramanuja said absolute is one, but individual variety within that oneness exists. And Madhvacharya declared Dvaita, eternal duality of the Supreme and the Jiva, even after liberation. And Chaitanya's concept is called Achintya Bheda Bheda, inconceivable oneness and difference simultaneously, like the sun and the sunshine. Is the sun and sunshine different? Yes, of course, sun is sun, the sunshine is sun. But no, can we separate the sunshine, sun rays from the sun? No. So now we are confused. That is called achintya, inconceivable, bheda, abheda, difference and lack of difference simultaneously. So the Gita is a grand commentary of the Mahavakyam Tattvamasi, thou art that Mahavakyam. So Gita is both Shruti and Smriti. Gita is considered Smriti since it is drawn from Mahabharata, Smriti, memory. Shruti because like the Veda it is heard because Krishna is the Supreme Lord personification of the Vedas itself, and when he is speaking it was heard by Arjuna and all the Devas, Hanumanji, Bhudevi, the horses and all the Devas, all the Rakshasas in the heavens and all lokas, they were all audience to the Bhagavad Gita. In fact, they were audience to everything, all the avatars. So how many people have heard the Bhagavad Gita? You should tell infinite, we can't count. Maybe you are thinking only Arjuna, sorry. Hanuman is sitting right on top, the Kapidvajam, and the 4 horses also are listening, isn't it? And Bhudevi, Earth, she is also listening. And these are the immediate listeners. But beyond that, the Devas, if you read the 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga, then you will understand why I am saying this. All the Devas, Shiva, Parvati, Indra, Devas, Rakshasas, Asuras, Kinnaras, Rishis, all the Vedic Rishis, everyone was in audience. So the number of people who are listening to Bhagavad Gita is infinite. 700 slokas, 574 Krishna, 84 Arjuna, 41 Sanjaya, 1 Dhritarashtra. Prasthanatrayam, Gita, Brahma Sutra, Upanishads, these are called the triple canon of Hinduism, that is Prasthanatrayam. Bhagavad Gita is also known as the Moksha Shastra or the scripture of liberation. Gita is also called Gitopanishad, Gita Upanishad, Gitopanishad. So, in fact, that thou art, Tattvamasi, first six chapters of the Bhagavad Gita is thou, you. Second 6 chapters describes that. And the last 6 describe art, you are. Anyway, the Bhagavad Gita occurs in the Bhishma Parva, Bhishma Canto. Arjuna addresses Krishna with 41 different names. 41 different names. Arjuna is an allegory for the Atma. We are all Arjunas. Allegory means a fable or something representative. Krishna is the allegory for Brahman. In the Vedas, in the Ved, God is called Brahman. Krishna is the allegory for Brahman. Arjuna's chariot is the body. Nishkama karma means selfless action. Okay. So Gandhiji said that the Atma is the battlefield and Arjuna, the battlefield, and Arjuna, man's higher impulses struggling against evil. But unfortunately Gandhiji thought that Mahabharata is entirely allegorical, it is not historical. I think he should not have taken such liberties to make such sweeping statements without having done any serious research. Though he is dismissing the whole of Mahabharata and Krishna and Arjuna as fictional characters, which is unacceptable. Vivekananda said the war is an allegory. It is actually the allegory of the constant battle between the tendencies of good and evil. Kurukshetra, Mahabharata war, as per Vivekananda, is an allegory for the constant battle of dharma and adharma, dharmic forces and adharmic forces in the mind and in the whole world. Kutastha kashmalamidam vishame samupasthitam anaryajushtam asvargyam akirtikaram arjuna. Klaibyam masmagamah partha naitatva yupapadyate kshudram hrudaya daurbalyam tyaktva uttishta parantapa. Second chapter, I think second and third. 2.2, 2.3. These 2 verses according to Vivekananda are the main message of the Gita, where Krishna is saying, get up, rise, don't behave like an impotent fellow. Where did you get this? Kutastha akashmalamidam. Where from did you get this unmanliness? Vishame samupasthitam, in the period of crisis. Anarya justam, this is unbecoming of an Arya. Aryan is not a race. Aryan, the word does not exist in Vedas. Arya simply means a highly cultured noble man. A highly educated, refined, wise man is called an Arya. Anarya justam, this is not how a wise man should be behaving. Aswaryam, this will not lead you to heaven or moksha. Akirtikaram, this will damage your reputation, Arjuna. Kutastha kashmalamidam vishame samupasthitam anaryajushtam asvargyam akirtikaram arjuna. Klaibyam masmagamah partha. Klaibyam, impotence. Masmagamah partha naitatva yupapadyate. Kshudram hrudaya daurbalyam tyaktva uttishta parantapa. This does not befit you, Arjuna. You are a great warrior. All of us are Arjunas, hello. So rise. Don't behave like an impotent chaka. And where from did you get this dirty disease? Uttishta. Parantapa, scorcher of enemies. We are all capable of destroying all our enemies, mainly the internal enemies. External we can take care of later. The internal enemies are the Arishad Varkas or the vices. Several vices are there. Pride, lust, anger, wrath, greed, envy, gluttony, sloth, kama, krodha, moha, lobha, mada, matsarya. These are the internal enemies. If you have conquered the internal enemies, then you can call yourself Arindamaha. Rama's name is Arindamaha. Krishna is also called Arindamaha. Arindam means one who has destroyed the internal enemies. He does not have any of these vices. Vyadha Gita, please understand, in the Mahabharata there is a Gita which is uttered by a butcher. Vyadha means a butcher. So he is a butcher who acquired great punyam by serving his parents. And because of that he acquired siddhis also, but he is actually doing the job of a butcher. But of course he is not slaughtering animals. He is only getting hold of dead animals and then cutting them up and selling the meat and doing. That's exactly how the story goes. Not like the current day butchers who are doing halal, which is the worst kind of papam. Even jhatka cutting is alright. Jhatka cutting is the Hindu method of slaughtering. At one stroke the head and the body are separated, the torso is separated, minimizing the pain to the animal. Whereas halal is the Islamic method where you slit the jugular vein and the animal suffers and writhes in pain for half an hour. And they whisper some holy mumbo jumbo into the ear. And in Islam and Christianity, animals don't have a soul. So if you ask them, what is the purpose of whispering all these holy chants into the ear when the animal has no soul? They will have no answer, they will get angry, they will say, Sartan se juda. So this is the problem. No debate is possible with such people. So, Vyadha Gita is a very interesting story. There was a person called Kaushik. Quickly I'll tell you. Kaushik was a great yogi who acquired lot of powers. One day he was sitting under a tree and suddenly a crow landed on the tree and shat on him. He got terribly angry, looked up, and with the angry gaze he burnt the crow to ashes. The crow died. Even he was shocked that he had so many powers. Then he washed his t-shirt or whatever, because the crow shit is still there. Then he went begging. He went to a house and asked for alms. The lady of the house took some time. This man was standing at the gate and he was very angry because the lady took so much time. Because he was feeling very entitled. The people who are very entitled feel that they are VVIPs. They have to be given special. They have special privileges. So this fellow was also feeling very entitled because he has the siddhi of burning people with the power of his sight. So the lady came and noticed that this fellow is angry, and she also intuited why he was angry, and she told him, don't think that I am a crow to be burnt down by that gaze. The man was shocked. He said, how do you know? How do you know that I burnt a crow? She said, I am serving my husband dutifully as a pativrata, as an obedient wife, because in the Vedas, woman's life has been made very simple. Many foolish women and some rascals who are trying to provoke these women try to say that women are, mistreated, ill-treated, exploited. Hinduism is misogynistic. These idiots have never read the scriptures. The Vedas have made a woman's life so easy. A woman has only one task to do: take care of her husband, reform her husband whenever necessary. So the woman has a very simple task. Of course, she has to don many roles. When it comes to feeding, she should be like the mother. When it comes to advising, she should be like Brihaspati. When in bed, she should be like Rambha. She is a goddess with multiple roles. But her task is very simple, because the way to moksha for a woman is simply to serve her husband without backstabbing, betraying, no infidelity. And if the husband is, let us say, a bad character, she should reform that fellow, just one fellow. If she can do this much, moksha is guaranteed. Whereas for a man, that fellow has to work. Udyogam Purusha Lakshanam. The man has to work, feed the family, feed the children, and he has to break his head over how to make sure that the family. So the man has innumerable responsibilities. His life is so difficult. Woman's life is very easy according to the Vedas and Sanatana Dharma. So if you understood this much, you should be glad. So Hinduism is on the contrary, not misogynistic. If there is a word for that, male. Misanthrope means hates mankind. Sanatana Dharma does not. Other religions are misanthropic because they feel that only their members are going to heaven, others have to be either converted or killed. That is misanthropy, hatred of others, hatred of mankind. So I was just joking. So then she told Kaushik that, you see, I acquired these siddhis because I have been serving my husband dutifully as a pativrata, and I have acquired these siddhis. Simply by serving him, I have acquired these yoga siddhis. You don't have to go to Himalayas to get them. Then he said, please let me know more about this. She said, see, I am very busy. I have to serve my husband. So please go to this man called, there is a butcher by name Yadha. I don't know his name. The name is not mentioned, or maybe it's mentioned. So she said, there is a butcher at the end of the city. Go and meet that fellow. This man is even more shocked. Acha, now I have to learn from a butcher. So he goes to the butcher shop. He notices that many people are standing in a big queue. That fellow is busy selling meat. And at the end of it, he comes and he notices that even saints, holy men are falling at the feet of this fellow. And he is a butcher. So he asks, hey butcher, what is your secret? So butcher, the moment the butcher sees this fellow, he said, okay, that lady has sent you. Again this fellow is shocked. There is no, Android there. No messages could have been passed. But how did this fellow know? Again siddhis. So when he asked how, he said, I acquired these siddhis by dutifully, devotedly serving my parents. Matu deva bhava, pitru deva bhava. If you do that, you will also acquire siddhis. That's all, nothing great. You don't have to do any extraordinary yajnas and all that. So Kaushik is now totally flabbergasted. And Vyadha Gita, the butcher, starts explaining what is the higher philosophy, metaphysics. And the essence of that is the same as that of the Bhagavad Gita. Be a karma yogi, do your dharma properly. That's it. That's Vyadha Gita. Interesting, isn't it? So, it doesn't mean that you start becoming a butcher and start giving philosophy, okay? The root of all suffering and discord and conflict is selfish desire. Selfish desire. The word for Vishwarupan in English is theophany. Theophany, Theophany, Vishwarupam. Theophany. So Krishna is also telling you, don't go to any extreme, neither abstinence nor extreme indulgence. Excess inwards. Ati sarvatra varjayet. In Sanskrit we say ati sarvatra varjayet. Extreme is prohibited. Anywhere extreme is bad. Sometimes I feel too much is too little. Unless we go to the extremes, you will not know what is the extreme and to what extent we can really go. The yoga of equanimity. Gita can also be called the yoga of equanimity. The first 6 chapters is the karma yoga, the means to a goal. The middle 6 is bhakti yoga. The last 6 is the goal itself. Karma leads to bhakti and bhakti leads to jnana. Karma to bhakti, bhakti to jnana. So first understand karma, then you will acquire bhakti, and once you are fully immersed in bhakti, you will get the jnana required to achieve moksha. KBJ, karma, bhakti, jnana. And the goal is to dance with Krishna on the top of the tree of creation. Dva suparna sayuja sakhaya samanam vruksham parishasva jate tayoranyah pipalam swadvati anashnananyo abhichakashiti. The Veda says that there are 2 birds on the same tree. The tree is the body, and the 2 birds are Krishna and you and I. In each body, all of us, Krishna is along with us in our heart. Not the anatomical heart, the etheric heart. Okay. So the goal is to free the mind, dance with Krishna, achieve moksha, totally free, redemption, salvation, moksha, nirvana, freedom from the never-ending cycle of birth and death. So focus on the Atmajnana, become Atmaram, not Indriyaram, and dedicate one's action to Krishna. Self-discipline is absolutely necessary. And there is no question of giving up anything. If you want to give up something lower, attach yourself to something higher, which is karma yoga, selfless action, all dedicated to Krishna. So these are some Gita esoterica in this track. More Gita esoterica will come later in later recordings. Jai Shri Ram.